Hey everyone, welcome to Taisen Analyzes Reddit. Today's video is from EntitledParents and is about a entitled mom who tries to steal this user's game console for her son. Now, let's begin. Quick recap. My dad wanted a one-of-a-kind retro console that didn't exist anymore. I found one on Craigslist and when I made the trade in a cafe. Then a mom and her son came over to check it out. Better recap. This story takes place a few years ago in a mall quite far from my hometown. A little backstory. My dad loves everything retro. He is always blasting old music, quoting old movies, but most of all, he loves old retro video games. He talked a lot about this off-brand gaming console his dad got him as a kid, and at the time he didn't understand it was cheap and off-brand, but he loved it so much. Since he was young and the console was not Nintendo, Sega, or a well-known company like that, he didn't remember the name of it and couldn't find it at any store even with the description he gave. I, like my father, loves video games. I mostly play new next-gen games, but I still appreciate the old stuff. I wanted to buy either an Xbox or PS4. Either one I bought was going to be so expensive and I wanted to get one cheap. I decided to use Craigslist and I searched up video game console just to see which console I could get a better price for. While scrolling through, I noticed some retro stuff and I got to thinking maybe someone was selling the console my dad said he had as a kid. When I typed in the description, there it was. Someone had posted one that fit his description exactly. The guy was selling it for about $75. I messaged the guy and he seemed pretty nice. We planned to meet at this mall near his town that was about a 45-minute drive away. He told me he wasn't sure all the cars and stuff were there, and at the mall, I could buy a wire if I needed one. I got to the mall and we set up the console in a cafe next to a GameStop. We set it up, it works great, and we make the deal. I'm not sure if this is the exact one my dad asked for, even though it was exactly what he described, but I knew he would be happy nonetheless. Before I started packing it up, I wanted to play a little. This is where the entitled mom of the story and her 8 or so year old son come up to me. The kid notices the game I was playing and said it looked really fun. EM noticed me playing and walked over. Hey, what game are you playing? Looks fun. Oh, I'm not sure. I just bought this console. How much was it? Well, I paid $75. Awesome! Did you get it at this GameStop? She motions towards the store right next to us. I was getting weird vibes even though nothing weird had happened in our conversation. No, they probably don't sell it there. I got it from someone else. She got an angry look on her face. Who did you buy it from? I got it off Craigslist. Not where, from who? Why do you need to know? She did not like that. Listen, I want to buy my son a console for his birthday, but the new ones are all just too expensive. We have been to 3 different stores and everything costs $300 or more, which is just crazy for a single parent to afford. I wouldn't expect a kid like you to understand. Now tell me who the person you bought it from was and give me their number. I want to see if they are selling another one. At this point, I just went out of this whole conversation. I wouldn't want the person who sold me this console to give my number out to random people, so I'm not going to give EM his number. I start packing up the console and keep the conversation going until all my stuff is packed so I can leave the cafe and get out of there. I don't think he has any more to sell. I use Craigslist to find one, so if you just open your phone and, what are you doing with the console? I'm just putting it away. Listen, let me just buy it from you. I need to get my son a gift and I don't have much time. She takes a step closer and I scoot backwards because I don't want anything to happen to the gift, and I hate when people are too close to me. It gives me anxiety. So when she grabs my arm and I immediately pull away out of fear, letting go of the game. She grabs the game and moves it to the other end of the cafe table so I can't reach it. Listen, I will pay you for it. My son's birthday was a few days ago, and so I need this gift right now. I'm running out of time, so just listen to me. She pulls out her wallet, and I realize if I don't start being aggressive, she might take off with my dad's present. I stand up and reach to the other end of the table. Maybe you should have planned on getting a gift before your son's birthday instead of trying to steal one from a stranger. She then snags the system from my hands and hands it to her son behind her so I can get a hold of it. I'm not stealing it. I will pay you what you want. What you got for it. You got it for. Sorry about that. She forces 2 20s and a $1 bill into my hand and then goes over to my bag to get the controllers and wires I had already put away. At this point, I'm furious. She is trying to pay me less than what I just paid for a console that they don't make anymore, and judging by the fact the Craigslist post was up for 6 months with no competition, it was safe to assume that this was the only way I could get this console for my dad's birthday. I go to the kid and take it back from him. I did it a little aggressively because everything was happening so fast and I panicked. The second I took the console back, the kid started crying and now the entire cafe was watching. The mom spun her head around, saw her kid and her new audience of people. Why are you stealing my son's game? She dropped the controllers and she ran over to her crying child. Later I found out that the one controller cracked when it fell. It's mine, not yours. I paid you for it, so now it's mine. Either you give me my money back or you can't have it. I pointed to the money she tried to give me that I placed on the table. Take it. I never agreed to give it to you, so now I'm going to take my stuff and leave. No, it's now my son's console. I could tell she was about to do something like call thief when another customer chimed in saying something like, "Lady, it's not yours." EM looked at all the faces staring at her. I assumed she came to her senses because she picked up her son and just left. I grabbed everything, put it in my bag, and scurried away as fast as I could. To finish my end of the story, I went back home and wrapped the gift. At his birthday, I gave it to my dad and he was so happy he cried. I got the right one. He was so ecstatic. I found the right one, and the only time I had ever seen him happier was in videos of his wedding day and my birth. Wow. I didn't get my own gift, but seeing my dad's face when he saw that I had gotten him a gift and I had listened and cared about him was worth more than any game or console I could buy. I think it's important that I say something about this whole experience. When I talked to this mom, I didn't see a nasty, evil, one-dimensional demon who was just the scum of the earth. This mom was in a frantic panic, and when she said I stole her son's console, I think she truly believed she was trying to do the right thing for her son. Not that this is any reason for behavior like this, but in the moment I wasn't able to see that this was a person who was a single mother just trying to find a game she could afford and would make her son happy. In life, it's important to remember that everyone has their own story, and it's important to remember, in the end, we are all human. Even though some people don't act like it sometimes, I hope I don't run into her or anyone like that again. But I do wish the mom found a gift for her son, and they were able to celebrate his birthday happily, just like I got to with my dad. Wow, what a story. I definitely want to say kudos to you, user, for what you said about this mom and not even feeling any hatred for her, feeling that she's a demon or anything to that effect, and she was just in a panic mode and trying to get something for her son, and all the other games consoles, they're too expensive for her to afford. And definitely she shouldn't do what she did. She shouldn't have done what she did by trying to take her game and then saying she paid you for it and you pretty much can't have it, and getting into that type of frenzy or things to that effect. But I definitely want to say kudos to you for even showing emotion and still caring and feeling that she's just a single mom and she was trying to do the best that she could do for her child, but she shouldn't have done it the way that she did it. And I'm absolutely glad that you were actually able to get your dad that gift, get him that console. Wow, that's absolutely 100% amazing. And I hope your dad was absolutely, truly happy that you were able to do such a thing, and you listened to what he was saying and you cared. It showed that you truly care for him and things to that effect. I'm definitely happy you were able to do that, and I'm definitely happy that your dad was happy that you did that as well. So yeah, this is Taisen. Like, share, and subscribe. I will also post a link to the user's story as well as his profile. And yeah, turn on the notifications. That doesn't work. Check your subscription feed. Click that bell. Have the notifications on all. And once again, this is Taisen, and I will see you next time.